Today we're gonna have fun talking about depression. Wait, seriously?
Wait.
All right, today I'm joined with
Sarah Schaefer.
Hunter Redmond.
and both of these guys have been working on something that is near and dear to a lot of people's heart, and that is kind of the unspoken issue of anxiety and depression.
Yes.
What got this started?
So I have my own personal background of like having my depression, like times of depression or like suicidal thoughts. And when I went through that, like I hated it deeply and like burning passion. And now that I look back at that, I don't like seeing other people go through those types of things. So I want to help them, and I want them to find not necessarily like, because you can't solve depression, but to find like a way to just kind of, what's the word?
Cope, get out of it, get out of your own way. Okay.
Right, thank you.
And then Sarah, go.
I kind of saw what Hunter was doing like in class, and he's like rocking the YouTube game, and I really wanted to show like how he's not like just using it as an excuse to like, oh, I was depressed, and like he's doing something with it, and he overcame it, and he wants to help other people now because he saw what it did for his life and his everyday.
Yeah, so to give this some context of those of you who have not joined the channel before or just now discovering it, so this is called an innovation and open source learning class, and that is a nice way of saying they can kind of do projects that they want to do that they wouldn't necessarily have the time to do in another more formal class. The hard part about doing is doing. You know, it's a lot of people say, I'm going to start a podcast or I'm going to do a YouTube channel, and it's fun to say that, but the reason why I have these two guys on is that they do it. And so I also think that what's clever is, in my humble opinion, a lot of times people that I know that have a lot of anxiety are stuck in this mode of I'm gonna, and they don't, and then they have even more anxiety and more depression because they didn't, and then they have even more anxiety and more depression because they didn't earlier, and now they feel that they're out of time, and then it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the crazy people that like are hyper manic, like your teacher, like the people that are always in motion and doing, I'm not saying it's a cure for depression, but now that you guys are a lot more productive, have you almost seen your YouTube and your podcast as therapy?
Honestly, yeah, like I feel more confident in myself as a person just by like seeing what I'm doing. I'm just like, wow, I'm actually kind of proud of myself. So that's kind of what's cured me, or cured.
I've always been like a pretty like self-reflecting person, but like I feel like it's taken it to a whole new level, and like it's like I spend every minute of my day just like questioning like my life. And like sometimes it's like really hard, but like it's just life.
Yeah.
And like especially some of the stuff that we talk about like on my podcast, it's just like wow, like.
Well, if you sit around and think too much without doing, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Then you have to
Like,
read Martin Luther.
right. I mean, that's just dangerous. So I like the fact that you guys are producing this content. So Hunter, tell me where you're going with your project.
So right now I just planned like 12 different videos. So in my next video, I'm gonna be looking into like what might be the causes of like 10 to 14-year-olds that are really getting this like depression that shouldn't really be happening. So kind of where it's going to go in the future is we're going to be looking into possible solutions to help with like just slow down the problem of depression.
Awesome. And Sarah, where are you headed on your podcast? Plug it.
I'm still posting. Oh, I also have Mondays with Sarah now. So every Monday.
Mondays with Sarah.
I love
catchy.
it. Mondays with Sarah, and so it's like a little 8-10 minute podcast just talking about something I'm really passionate about. And then Wednesdays is the guest podcast, and then taking my podcast out onto the field.
What?
And I'm taking it into the community.
Taking it to the streets.
And I'm throwing these two events right now. In February, I'm really hoping to throw a Feed Hamilton County event and partner with possibly Pack Away Hunger, but I don't know yet. And then
See if
also,
they'll partner up with you.
yeah,
Sweet.
and kind of help with like
Did
organization.
you hear that? You should partner up with her.
And volunteer work and stuff. And then May 19th, I am hoping to throw an event in Forest Park and show the movie Food Inc. and bring the community together, have an educational night about what you're putting into your body, and we can all be healthier together.
There we go. So tell everybody where they can find you.
Twitter's at Sarah Schaefer 50.
My Twitter is at I am Hunter Redmond.
And then there you can find out more about their podcast and your YouTube channel instead of sending you to different links. So
Yeah.
start there. All right. Well, you've heard from these two. Get back at them if you have any questions. Support their podcast. Support their video channel. Yes, this is Don Wettrick reminding you that opportunities are everywhere. See ya.